Okay, so now let's talk about audio and music for our project. And we're going to do most of this over here in our little audio menu. And you can see I've got this clip below selected, and I can go into the audio, and this is just going to alter the audio for this particular clip. So in the basic area, you can just adjust the volume of that particular clip. If you've got a couple of clips that are recorded with different devices, you might find that that volume is a bit out of whack. But this is where you can also then use the advanced settings. Things like auto volume are going to set it at a good spot for this whole project. You can also see here that it is automatically detected that I'm using voice, and that's going to give me some options here as well. So if it's not selected as voice, you should be able to choose it from this particular drop-down menu, but it's going to mean that I can then go in and enhance speech. Whether you speak with a higher pitch or a lower pitch, you can choose to enhance your speech a little bit. I'm going to choose reduce background noise because I know that I've got a few rustling noises and there might be a few dog barks in the background, and that's just going to muffle that a little bit. And really you can balance the sound. If you've got a pretty crappy mic or you're in a big workshop with lots of echo, then again, let's chuck on reduce echo, and you should be able to play around with the levels there. So that's going to help your sound get a little bit clearer.
A little bit of milk, knowing that when I start to steam milk.
There we go. It's just going to focus on the voice there. Sometimes in the preview mode, it might just not be as good a quality as once it's finally finished and exported. So just keep that in mind as well. So we've got the voice working okay. Let's now look at maybe adding some music or sound effects. And again, we go to the left-hand side and we can add audio here. We go to browse audio. You can choose soundtracks, which are songs that are free to use. They come with Adobe Rush. You've got sound effects and loops, which you can kind of repeat throughout your video in order to just give you a little bit of ambient background sounds. So let's go to soundtracks, and there are heaps of them. You could be scrolling forever. I'm just going to add some lo-fi. Let's go, we can preview it first. Yeah, let's add that one. I use that one a fair bit. Let's add that. So let's click our add button, and it's put it in where the cursor is, but I can actually want to drag that down. Okay, so we've got our music here, and you can already tell it's really overpowering. It's too loud, and when I start speaking, you can't even hear me. So there's a couple of really good things that we can use here to make it fit in better. Let's go to our audio tab, and we're going to first of all check that it's selected music. Yes. And we're going to go to auto volume, and you can see down the bottom, it's already automatically turned it down. So previously you can see that those sound waves are going right up to the top. Auto volume is going to turn that way down so that it's more in line with my voice in this video. The second cool thing that we're going to do is use auto duck. Now, what auto duck does is it detects when I'm speaking, and it will turn the music down automatically. And then if I'm not speaking, it'll turn it up again. So we're going to click on auto duck, and you can see here, it's kind of shadowed out a fair chunk where I've got me speaking, and then it turns it up again when I'm not. So it just fades the music up for that period when I'm not speaking. And so that's really great when you've got little longer sections of demonstrations where you're not talking over it the whole time, and you've just got a bit of vibe happening in the background. Okay, so another handy function with audio in Adobe Rush is to just add a simple voiceover. So with this B-roll section here, I could move that just into the main area of the timeline so it doesn't have me talking underneath, but I could add a separate voiceover track to this particular bit of footage. So I'm going to put the cursor here. I can go to this microphone here to make the target track, and then when I tap record, it's going to give me a little countdown and I can record a voiceover for that section.
2 or 3 people,
and so here you can see me loading up the basket with coffee, and I should have a tamper here to get really good pressure, but I'm just using a spoon. So there you have it. It's added a quick voiceover. It gave me that little 3-second count in to make sure that I got my timing right, and I could mute the sound on my video track if I wanted, but it might work out just fine having both of them together. Let's see. And so here you can see me loading up the basket with coffee, and I should have a tamper here to get really good pressure, but I'm just using a spoon.
I'm going to fill this with coffee.
There you go. So that's really good if you've filmed lots and lots of bits of footage around a workshop or studio environment where you just want to be able to talk over the top of some of that vision. That voiceover function is going to be really handy. If you've got an external microphone that you can plug into your computer, that's going to make it even better quality. But even your laptop microphone is probably going to give you a pretty good result anyway. So try out those functions in the audio tab here. First of all, you want to be able to change your voice in some areas and make sure you're using a bit of auto volume or any other adjustments you might need to make. And then add some music or a loop or a sound effect in with the audio functions here.